and potentially the Azir as well. The Ornn when we get to the 5v5s. We want a bit more scaling. You've picked Rakan into Ezreal. You just don't have really the threat in the 2v2.
Just doesn't seem to do a lot of damage. But it's in games where it's kind of even. You're playing into a lot of hard dive where the Taliyah can be good, but isn't... Okay, well, the Yumi's in a lot of trouble. Career just going to get locked up and just die. First blood given over to Ruler. That is one of the things you cannot do if you're going to play Yumi.
Yeah, a little bit disrespectful, and now this should be a second kill secured.
Yep, Canyon right here. Smash has his flash, but yeah, just going to go for the knock up here. Nice tanking with the barrier. It was a little bit close, but Canyon is going to pick up the kill. That's 2 already for Gen.G. Is that they just don't have a lot of experience, especially career. Like Smash at least has some. As every so often we're looking at the top lane, trying to go for an aggressive trade here. You see Keen is going to overheat, and Xiu's taking a ton of damage from those autos. He's going to be silenced for a while, but does get it back. The flash on him from Xiu, though, and Keen has to flash away, and he dives in the solo kill against Xiu's Ornn.
And top lane going pretty good so far. A bit of a referee for Dplus that they desperately needed.
Well, they're going on in. They want to pull the trigger on a Ruler who does not have his sums back. It is 3v4 though, guys, and that is a Yumi. Showmaker just gets here. So going extra aggressive is not going to pay off. Smash has to flash away. Does avoid the knockup. You know that Smash pretty good at pressing his buttons, but the idea to go in there, not the best.
Yeah, a little bit overzealous. You have to remember as well, Ruler has a BF sword, right? Compared to the tier on the Ezreal. She will have a great performance, which is something we desperately needed.
Didn't cashback get nerfed slightly on this patch?
Yeah, it was really minor though. It was from 8% to 7.5, so...
Yeah, that's... It's not that bad on Rakan, you know?
Sure.
You press the quickness and...
I mean, they're useful, it looks funny, right? Yeah. They are looking for Xiu now. He has sums though.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get out of this one. The ult is going to be utilized first, and then the flash comes out, and that's just a little bit too late, as it's a very easy pickup for Keen to get a kill back.
Keen's going to reset.
Yeah, they can't challenge us. Ever.
Yeah. Keen
like,
still has ult as well.
There.
Keen still has ult, so they absolutely cannot... No,
they can't. No, you can't. Okay, they're going to try anyway. As Lucid does go in, they're trying to take out Ruler, who is going to get cataclysmed, and is left alone, goes into the barrier, and eventually he survives against only the Jarvan. And this is kind of the disaster we were expecting. 2 kills do go to Gen.G on top of the Drake they were already getting. Maybe next he'll go for Collector 4th. You know, he's obviously not going for it here 3rd, but perhaps the 4th item, he'll go Collector and make a lot of people very angry. But to be honest, I think at this point he can build literally anything. Lucid is trying to take this Rift Herald. And, you know, if it wasn't on Vision, I think maybe he would have been able to take it down. But we got TPs coming in. This is definitely what we expected from this one. Showmaker and Lucid sticking on this as the equalizer goes directly on the Showmaker, and it will actually, the kill at least, go over to Lucid, but immediately Showmaker's just kind of dead, is going to get a nice sweep. And the eye was also picked up, so 1 death as Xiu's trying to get in there. They're actually re-engaging here, 4v5, as Lucid is just going to die, and Smash and Xiu just have to run tail between their legs, trying to get as many Qs down as possible, but yeah, just not looking so hot. As Gen.G will pick up 2 kills. Gonna actually lock down Xiu as well, just kind of posturing in mid lane for some reason. As Xiu,
oh no.
Ult's coming down, and oh no, Smash jumps out of the way. But to be honest, if he didn't do that, he probably dies too. So yeah, it doesn't look great, but it's still 3 kills here for Gen.G. That's how we're linking all of this up.
Yeah, Ruler's build doesn't... It's not a hugely intimidating gym build, if we're being honest.
I think it's great if you're snowballed out of control.
Yes, that's what happens. You just stack a ton of them in a push, and you just wait for someone to walk in. That's all you got going for you.
It's like Teemo, but worse. Or actually, maybe it's better. I don't know. Teemo's pretty bad. Ruler is just kind of dying. Yeah, that's going to be a shutdown. He just elected to die in the mid lane.
He did have flash. He could have lived that, but holding on to the flash for that soul fight was definitely an overstep there.
We got a big rotation coming in from Jarvan.
I don't think Lucid has the damage to kill him.
Not alone, but he might want to try to keep him around. Flash available for Keen, and Gen.G just pulled the trigger on the mid lane, as Smash is going to be caught out. They don't have that much damage, but it is enough, as Showmaker eventually will take down Keen, but he doesn't really care about that. At least the shutdown does go over to Showmaker, as Gen.G, after that pick, pushing mid. And we like to rag on Chemtech Soul, but, you know, it's still a Soul. It's still going to give you some beneficial stats. You see that Lucid is trying his best to have some presence here. The wall is going to come down and deny Shelly on top of it. Equalizer as well. More of a zoning and damage ult. They have the Jin as well, opening up the curtains as in goes Lucid, just taking a massive amount of damage, just dies. And the double knockback here from Chovy onto Smash, and Shiwu should put an end to this one. A Showmaker trying to get on in there and send it for the team, but instead he's just going to eat a rock to the face. Career as well. Yeah, I mean, he's playing Yuumi. Just sad times for cats everywhere on Runeterra. So that's going to be the end of that one. A full ace, and only Keen dies.
Kind of feels like it's him against the world right now. But unfortunately, he can't do enough.
There's a thing happening here. Okay, well, with Smash, might be able to get this one down. The flash comes out from Ruler, and Lucian flashes in, but Ruler just lives through everything. And I think that's a lot of help from Duro, as well as some big items helping out. As Smash and Lucid get baited into dying. I mean, at this point, you might as well, right? Like, you might as well just go for a pick. That looks actually kind of close, but not meant to be at the end of the day. It's 11,000 gold here, 25 minutes, plus a Chemtech Soul. Yeah. Taking a look at the levels.
Yeah, it's
taking a look at all the numbers, it feels like.
It's a little bit of a rough one.
This really doesn't bode well for the series, right? And now Gen.G just pushing bot. They have 3 Void Grubs as well. And essentially just able to siege here very easily with the Baron that I believe is nearly going away, but either way. Just coming on in there as Duro does take a bunch of damage. Okay, there's the right timer. 30 seconds on the Red Bull Baron power play. Trying to go on a Keen here. He is very caught. Has to flash away. Lucid's going in, and eventually will take him down with the Cataclysm. Duro gets in there, and we are getting down and dirty in this game. It is getting quite messy, as Canyon going to be knocked up as well, trying to just get out at this point in time. But Gen.G, the wallets are gigantic. The coins are flying out of it as they're running around. And you see Smash trying his best, is going to get knocked up by the Rakan, but he is here. And the Ezreal, it's enough, and now they're going to get in onto Ruler. Might even be able to take out Chovy here. Not quite, but Gen.G certainly playing with their food and not liking what they see.
This is getting messy from Gen.G, honestly.
Yeah. They don't generally do this.
Oh, he wanted to keep that GA alive.
Yeah. Smash is, he is trying his best to smurf this game, and it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I saw Duro was spamming his E button. He has the upgraded Mirk Treads. Oh, yeah, find anything. I saw Duro spamming his E button. I could tell.
Smash just arcane shifted towards Duro, who has everything.
By the way, Ruler has no armor pen.
Yeah.
And this Ornn is tanky.
So the Mosquito build is actually, okay, this time he's going to go in. The damage not quite layered, but in goes Canyon. The follow-up again, not quite there. Canyon in trouble. Double sweep comes in from Showmaker for him to just kind of go into the turret and die. You know, DK, now that they're 12,000 gold behind, are playing really well. It just doesn't really matter because the wallets are just so heavy. And that's going to be the end of this fight, it looks like, as the grenade does come out. And Smash is just on the run. Lucid trying his best to just taxi the team out. And no root is going to land, but the fight is still heavily won by Gen.G.
I think Showmaker goes for the aggressive play, but they just can't quite finish them off. You know, a bit too tanky, not enough gold, the Chemtech Soul. And the problem is, Showmaker going in means they lose one of their carries. And now, trying to defend, need to clear out this wave.
Well, they're clearing out the wave decently well, even though they do not have the Azir. But another wave does come in, and it's a cannon wave. That's going to be pretty rough as Lucid goes in, goes out, but the knockback comes in on the smash, and that will put the knockback onto this game as well, as Gen.G will be taking this one 1-0. It got messy, it got crazy, it didn't have to, but Gen.G did have a lot of fun in this one as they take game number 1 in fancy fashion.
Shake our expectations from what we saw. I think Shivu, though, had a good game. I think the solo kill from Keem was good, but that wasn't enough, unfortunately. I think Showmaker had some good moments, but again, so is better. I was gonna say was already good back in the day. So Jay should be doing fine into Gwen. It's gonna be the Yunara Nami, and they're Yunara Lulu, and they're gonna be going the Corki Nami. So wanting to win out that lane matchup.
Now in an uncomfortable spot. Even Ruler was able to pick up the plant from the river and heal up a little bit. And are they actually going to die? I mean, they're very low and not a lot of subs available. Career taking sword and a double rocket to the face! Smash! Hands on his head. That's what it's like to lane into Ruler. Boom! Yeah, he knows. He knows about the boom boom damage.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, boom. All right, there's a nice bait here actually. Lucid gonna get in on top of Ruler, who does use. Oh no, yeah, the rocket is going to miss, and now Chovy does come down, but Duro in a lot of trouble. That's a kill going over to Career. Super low on health is Smash though, has to disengage, and that means that it will be a kill on the Lucid in the follow-up. As Chovy continues in, the Charm is going to miss though.
Good dodge.
As now we got Showmaker coming over, and even he doesn't feel that confident to go in.
Yeah, Canyon's just kind of playing. He's just like, I'll go left, I'll go right.
Yeah.
And you can see Ruler getting a lot of poke here. It's the big one that comes in a second. Now.
That went through Smash, by the way.
Yeah.
We have a play in bottom lane as Duro is just dead. Canyon says, I will get revenge for my supports.
Honestly.
Please consider Duro in your palm votes.
Good fighting back from Smash and Korea. Canyon have to put extra attention down to kind of figure things out.
I mean, in live, they were in between turrets. Like, they're zoning Smash and Career off of farming, and it's just feeling really bad. They're trying to take down Canyon now, and they might just be able to, so at least that does come through.
They're answering back really well.
I do think trying to put the nail in the coffin on that lane, a little bit too hard from the side of Ruler and Duro. They had a big lead. They still have a big lead, but it's not nearly as big.
That's not a good spot to be in with the Dragon up and available. No TP as well on Chovy. Does hit level 11, but it's going to get a reset. So if Chovy TPs, maybe they can set up this. They're looking for Smash, though.
Yeah, just trying to kill Smash here, but it's Lucid, actually, who gets the big play with the Wild Growth on top of it. Gen.G totally baited, and now Smash running forward. Canyon has to flash away. Smash goes on in, and it works out this time. Picks up the double kill, and that is a very fed Yunara at this point.
Charging in with the Corki, being the one to lead it. A little bit ambitious, little bit of an overstep from Gen.G, and Dplus quick to punish. Considering how the lane went, Smash and Craig getting exploded by Ruler, the extra movement speed, especially on demand, is so valuable for them. So
yeah, it's huge for Gwen, Wukong, Yunara, obviously, and
Cassiopeia also. The change to a passive was with the insane deficit they had, wasn't that terrible. When they got to the 5v5s, like all things considered, there were some okay moments. It's just they were 13,000 gold down. This is the poke from Gen.G's composition. Gonna lead to them getting that mid-tier 1, which they will feel good about. Dragon in 30 seconds, resets coming in a little late for, I mean, both teams, to be honest, so it doesn't really amount to much.
Can fight here if they want to. Now, it's looking like they don't want to.
This is typically when Gen.G would be quite strong, but Ruler's...
Oh, Chovy just kind of going insane mode. Not going to land that charm, though, on a Smash. Does a little bit of damage, but they have the Lulu, as Lucid says, I've got a Rift Herald. Chovy tries again. That's not going to work out. Now Chovy in an awkward spot, and the engage is gigantic for the Wukong, and the Lulu picks up Chovy, who was trying to be the playmaker, but it does backfire big time. And now the push is on here for DK and maybe a dragon in their pockets.
Yeah, Chovy tries to be the hero and just massively oversteps. You know, this is a composition that can poke and prod. He tries to engage and it backfires completely. And now Dplus will pick up the dragon, easy as that.
Now Canyon's gonna find Xiu here in the jungle. He's also got Duro on the way. Flash available for Xiu. He's gonna utilize it, but okay, he's running it off actually. And he does get away.
Gwen too tanky. They will get this tower in the top lane, but it doesn't really feel like much of a consolation prize, especially as they're trading on the other side of the map. It's not hitting that hard. Oh, there's a snake behind.
They saw him. Like, they know he's here. And now Showmaker just going to try to flash away, but instead he's just going to die. So
okay, that's not good.
The Gambit does not pay off. Although they are going to get tier 1, but they're losing the Drake for sure.
Went for the sneaky flank, got caught out.
Meanwhile, okay, Duro just going to melt just like that. Smash, diving the turret, flashing underneath, and picks up the double kill. Meanwhile, Chovy just a solo kill on a Gwen here on a Xiu in the top lane. Pretty interesting how that one managed to work out. The dragon, by the way, was not taken. So Canyon had to back away just based off the aggression of DK.
Yeah, this ends up working out favorably for Dplus.
Yeah.
Ruler and Duro step up too far in the mid lane.
That's what you get for picking the Jace. Lane dominance into the Gwen, picks up Dusk and Dawn, and takes over the game. Which is probably going to happen. Ooh, the tidal wave, very nice, but I don't think Ruler gets out anyway, as Lucid just finds the angle. Bit of a Ruler spot there, as he does not have his flash, and is just hanging around, no vision in mid lane. Meanwhile, Lucid takes a bit of a chunk, but...
Every time I see the Shock Blast hit Lucid, I'm like, is that it? The problem is it's so hard to approach when you don't have vision. If you run in there, they'll just engage on you. They're trying to threaten the Baron, but I mean, this is just not realistic.
This is on vision. So, Showmaker does have TP as well. You see they pull off the Baron. They're not actually going for this. Okay, that blast did some damage, okay?
Yeah. Squish your target.
TP's coming in.
Did a lot more, but...
From both. Actually, don't really get too much value out of that. They are going to get first track in a mid lane inner, so they do take that down.
Gen.G are in a comfortable spot here.
Well, they want to go in on the Xiu and try to burst him down before the fight even begins. He's in the mist, and he is immune, but not for long, as eventually he will be taken down. Even the Wild Growth gets used here, as he was 100% dead, Wild Growth or not.
Can they do Baron, though, is the question. They've been a lot of tools there already. Duro and Canyon's ults down. This is still risky.
My eyes are on Chovy. He's got the engage potential. Lucid's going to go in. Ruler takes a heaping helping of damage, and now Smash is just running forward, and Chovy is late to the party, although he does take him down, and that's going to be a lot of damage taken away, and Canyon kind of unkillable as Chovy goes back in. Lucid on the backswing is taken down by Chovy. A very close fight in this one.
And then Showmaker and Korea just disengage from the situation.
Is Canyon just trying to take Baron here in live? It looks like with Showmaker,
on the end.
Yeah, Showmaker is still done. So I think with Showmaker not in the game at the moment for 10 seconds and no TP. Oh no, just gonna face check the brush. And DK, you cannot afford to make little mistakes like this and give free kills to Gen.G. Yes, you're ahead, you have the Cloud Soul, but they will always punish you.
This is such a frustrating game for Dplus because that play around the Baron, it doesn't feel great, but it doesn't feel that bad. It was pretty even until Showmaker died in the back end. You know, we thought he was out.
And now they're trying to overextend here. The bubble comes in, Lucid is caught, and I mean, they don't have Xiu. They're just, I don't know, it feels like DK are the desperate ones.
They've lost all discipline. This is unnecessary. They're just throwing themselves at Gen.G.
This was, I mean, DK were in total control of this game. And it was close, but like a couple big mistakes here and there, and now all of a sudden it doesn't feel all that close.
I mean, the gold was neck and neck. Even though it felt like Dplus were getting these advantages, Smash was fed. They got the Cloud Soul, which should have really helped them out. The gold was close, and now Gen.G are 6,000 gold up.
This is a big Red Bull Baron power play, almost 4,000 gold and counting.
Dives in here, gets disengaged. Good peel from Duro, and they just blow them up. And now Chovy might be in trouble.
I think Chovy is in trouble indeed. He does not have his ult, and just like that, will be taken down.
Okay, good pick. But there's nothing really to capitalize on in the meantime. Still good to pick it up, don't get me wrong.
Even though he's behind the Unara, he still does tons of damage.
Well, they have the poke, really.
Yeah.
You know, we wouldn't see them set up for it or them doing this much before.
Not like this. Well, actually, exactly like this. Caught on vision, kind of a wonky ward spot, and Shiu just does not expect it. Although they didn't have ward in the bush either, so yeah, just assuming he would be okay. But Chovy's just so fed that you can't make those plays anymore. Not at this point in the game. So now we got Elder in 5 seconds, and they don't have their Gwen.
I'm not even sure if they can make it in here. They're going to take so much poke as they move forward. They're already so low.
It's a very awkward spot to try to approach the dragon when you don't have vision in the brush. And they're just focusing down the Elder. It's getting quite low. The engage does come in from Canyon. It's going to force them back. But Lucid can get access to this pit. It's just going to be a flip, and he gets it to Lucid! Lucid with the big pickup as he's going to go down, but now Showmaker and Smash trying to move forward with that Elder buff. Not quite able to get on in there just yet, but they do take out Keen. And they say, okay, we got the Elder, that's good enough. Chovy wants more, though. He's going to flash on in, takes out Lucid, forces a flash himself. And now Smash goes in and just goes to his GA. Does get the kill on a ruler, so that could be pretty big. And we do have the res coming in. Chovy tries to take him out, and he does! And that is gigantic from Chovy, but still, Showmaker alive, Canyon trying to survive, so the game doesn't end, but he will go down. And DK will look to push mid.
That's enough. They have a Gwen. They can end the game. The hero play from Smash and Lucid. They get the Elder low enough. They get the smite. They bring the game back.
And the game is over. It's just over from here. 17 seconds on the Jace. There's no chance. It's low health bars, but it does not matter. And Shiu gets back into the fight at the very end with this TP. He will be the one that kills the Nexus. Down it goes. Dplus Kia makes us have a series.
Oh man, a tense one. It felt like it was slipping away from Dplus, but a clutch play. Smash with the 40k damage there. And look at that gold graph. That was absolute chaos. They handed Gen.G their first game loss of the year. A lot harder for them just to set up. You have wave clear, right? You can just kind of be non-interactive. The ult as well, suffocating into a composition. It's a short-range composition.
Oh no, Canyon is coming down.
No, the level 3 gank.
Yeah, they just burned cleanse. This is becoming more and more popular, this level 3 gank, and here comes Duro. Engage Renata alongside of Engage Pantheon. Smash in a lot of trouble. There's the handshake, and Smash is done. First blood given over to Canyon. Even a little bit of extracurricular activity there at the end.
And then he's like aggressively trading, and then Showmaker also hit 6. It's like, oh yeah, he gets an ult too.
Yeah.
Did flash immediately recognized the threat he was under.
Speaking of level 6, Shiu, aggressive trade's gonna force the flash out of Keen, who does not have his Grim Deliverance either. So it makes it a little bit annoying, but Malzahar's still pretty good at pushing that lane. Lucid doing a lot of counter jungling, as here we go. There's the Pantheon level 6, and it looks like Career might just die. He's gonna flash over the wall, and the Ren comes out and they say, you know, we've learned. And here comes Lucid though. Gonna slow down Canyon, who does not have his flashback just yet. Lucid lands another one and keeps them around. Showmaker wants to press his R button, or so I thought, but he couldn't press it onto the Renata glass because of the Fate's Call.
Yeah.
And so sticking around, there's the flash R, and that is the lack of counterplay that they do have. But Ruler is able to flash away, but now the dive looking to come on in, and the Cleaver kill just bonks him on the head.
Nicely played there. I think so patient with the abilities. Showmaker not falling for the Callista trap. Mounting pressure from this composition as he just run forward. Showmaker holds his ult though. Not falling for the trap. So many players fall for. We don't get to continue this.
Oh, the drag back does come through the Grim Deliverance, and she was just dead. Had flash, did not get an opportunity to use it.
Malzahar, you're gonna have to play the QSS tax, and it's like, I mean, Duro's going towards Mikhail's here. Oh.
Flash on in. This is Canyon trying to make a play. Showmaker just wandering in the bottom river. He is so dead. They give the kill over to Canyon.
One of the problems with Malzahar, you are immobile. You know, walking through the river, tricky.
Arrow, trade of ultimates. Or does take a little bit of damage there as well. Meanwhile, in mid lane, here is Canyon once again. No flash though, but he is very fast.
Oh,
as the ult comes in, catches him under the turret, and it might just get him. Yes, it will.
That ult timing was so good. He interrupted the stun. He actually had started the dash, and he caught him on it. I mean, Mountain Soul in general is pretty good.
I think for both teams, really going to love to pick that up. Oh, we got the encore here. Ruler in a bit of trouble. Is going to have the bailout. Lucid getting pretty low, but he is Mundo as, yep, not quite enough damage does come out. Meanwhile, we did see Chiu go down up in the top lane, but nice little play from DK down on the bottom side.
Yeah, Chovy doing his best to be proactive. He kind of knows in this game you need to make things happen early. And then Lucid securing the kill and flashing out so the bailout doesn't come through. A nice play there. They do feel like they just don't do much damage from behind.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're diving top. So those look like Canyon and Ruler and them are going to get away. Grim Deliverance does come in, but she was being run down by Chovy, who's got the Realm Warp and just kills him as he's warping. So that's a pretty easy kill on Ashi, who is now 0-3.
Yeah, they are just bullying him out, and it's not really comfortable for Showmaker to move. These solo laners just being targeted so heavily. Oh, they found Canyon here.
Yeah, there's an opportunity. Gets the dot down, and Canyon with no flash, I think eventually just dies. He is healing quite a lot, though. Yeah, and the burn does come in as Chovy's here and wants to get something back. Doesn't get much back at all.
Nice.
Let's take a look at the top lane.
I feel like if they ult him, he's just gonna kind of live through it. Like, they have to kill him as well.
So we got TP and Lucid coming up here, but we got a TP coming in from Gen.G as well, as Chovy wants to join on in here, and Showmaker's gonna die first. So essentially just a safety TP from Chovy. Not even 100% sure they needed it, but either way.
They should be able to set up this Herald. Showmaker has TP though, so maybe a contest could come through.
And he's got lockdown as well. He's got that ult available. Duro just trying to frontline here. He gets stunned up, but now Keen and Canyon leading the charge, and in the choke is the hostile takeover. Just zones them away. Here's Showmaker. Doesn't want to use it onto Duro again, as now we're going to have to flash on forward, but again, that's only onto Duro. And Canyon just gets in the Rift Herald. It's like, what's up, guys? See you later. Make a move here towards the Dragon.
Showmaker still has his ult. Chovy doesn't have TP, and he's not here, by the way. But now that she was a lot weaker.
No, the arrow's going to go wide. That's an ult already down. They engage onto the Mundo, but they just zone him away, essentially. Lucid does have to flash, as Keen is not done with his food. He takes down another kill. I think that's his third of the contest, as they get the Dragon. The half-hearted engage from DK does not work, and they lose another one.
I'm not saying that fight was like super easy or anything, but it would have helped a lot if they just played it out and had like the front-to-back setup. A little bit unfortunate there. Just nailed it perfectly.
Yeah.
Showmaker does not have 3,000 health.
Right, well, they're going to get the counter-strike down, and Lucid's like, I'm here, I'm helping. It's not really what the Mundo is for.
I think the problem is Chovy's so tanky and does so much damage. And then, you know, you flex it, you have infinitely more CS than them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chovy just hit his Rod of Ages 10th stack, so now he's almost a full 3 levels ahead of Showmaker.
Level 16 on Rise. Yeah, it's rather good. Pretty solid.
Yeah. Realm Warp from anywhere. And now, as DK, the Dragon's already gone. We have Engage Renata coming in, and Engage Pantheon, I suppose, going over the top. They're trying to turn on to the Pantheon, but they just don't have any damage! And Chovy's soloing them. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Chiu actually getting pretty close, but it is the res on the Zahin, so at the end of the day, you know, at least he got that.
Okay, well, this game seems a little bit unfortunate for Dplus. Oh, Lucy.
Yeah. You know, you gotta try, right?
I respect it.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
It was a second too late, though, because Showmaker hit 14. Well,
he's still more than 3 levels behind. Oh, man. And again, this is what I expected from the series. Game 2 was a fluke. Like, Gen.G made egregious mistakes.
You say that, but I feel like Chovy's not been playing bad. I think we just have a really high standard for him.
Yeah.
But Chovy, this is peak Chovy right now. Like, Chovy has not been peak Chovy in all through the LCK Cup. Right now, he is peak Chovy.
So you think he should get POM?
At this rate, yes. His RE game was really impressive. This game has been really impressive.
I forgot I had Meteox here on the space, or on the,
no, I mean,
on the desk.
Based on this, he absolutely has earned it so far. If they win the series, you know.
It feels bad, you know, when you vote for Chovy when he deserves it, because he gets so many votes.
Well.
He gets so many votes when he doesn't deserve it 100%. I mean, but yeah,
his LCK Cup performance has been very good, but like again, I think we just have him to such a high standard. But his standard so far in the series has been insane. And the thing is, Showmaker's been the best performer on Dplus, so I thought there'd be more of a fight. But Chovy's just been, quite frankly, gapping.
Yeah. He does not have Realmore, and he does not care.
Yeah.
This is Keen making his way in with a newly crafted Death Stance.
Yeah, you're not killing him.
Oh, they got through his shields. Okay, and the Encore comes in, and they're still not killing him.
It was close.
The bailout does come through. Chovy just trying to stand and deliver. Not quite going to work, though, as the stun hits too. Ruler goes down. Chovy hits the ground. And all of a sudden, DK find 3. We do have the ult away here from Canyon. And a nice little showing from DK.
Guys, it just feels like game 1 all over again. Was that no one on Gen.G actually flashed. So they actually have all sums. The good thing is that there's a lot of sums on Dplus as well. So everything's on the table. Let's see how it goes.
Well, that was a very long handshake. The arrow is going to sail wide, but a lot of damage already done to Chovy here.
Chovy's level 18, so at least he can't get higher level.
Yeah. Sustain healing will go through to the side of DK. Keen can't really enter. He's being zoned away by the team, but this Dragon already has a lot of sticks in it from the Kalista, and the 1v1 is going on, but they're looking for that Mountain Soul. But Lucid in the pit was already able to steal one. Instead, this time he's just going to have to flash away, and now Chovy just flashes on in, doesn't do a whole lot, but tanks quite a bit. Should be going down, though, as Duro as well, just thrown on in. And Shiu trying to attack that front line, but he is going to be taken down. They do get the Renata Glass, but Ruler is untouched, and Keen is untouched. Down will go Showmaker. And Keen a little bit low, but with the Kalista on the chase, it looks like they can't do much. Trying a little bit to go too far. And, you know, props to them against Mountain Soul, and down 10,000 damage was a decent fight, but yeah, still not winning.
You're starting to see some of the merits of the Dplus composition. R being threatened mid. She just keeps 1v1ing Keen onto the side. It's been like a regular occurrence when everything else is going on.
Yeah.
The top lane is in their own world, kind of.
It's for the best. We do have the engage here from everybody, it feels like. Chovy and Canyon get on in there. They get encored, they get charged, but they don't seem to care. They just don't want to be kited out in this game, and they will not be in this one, as Shiu eventually is going to go down, and that will be the end of the game. Showmaker still alive, but still not even level 16. Malzahar not able to get as much value as he would have hoped, as Gen.G will take the series here 2-1. They have one more game to go until they can fully take it, as down will go the Nexus, and Gen.G a very comfortable game number 3 win.
Yeah, that gold graph. Wait, actually, if you look, see about the 2-minute mark, I think it gets above the line briefly.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm looking real quick.
Okay. I guess it's Anivia. Anivia going to be locked in here for Showmaker.
I mean,
he has a wall. It's against Rek'Sai. You don't really end up caring all too much. But yeah, the thing about the egg cooldown is it's nice for the mid trade, but now he's going to have to flash away.
Oh my god, he actually nearly died. Look at his health. He's so low.
Yeah. And he didn't have egg. So.
Oh, he doesn't have egg? What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. We are going to get a root down here. This is looking good for Smash and Career. That's first blood going to Smash's Aphelios.
Yeah. So
Rel into this.
It looks like something's happening. It's not.
Yeah.
But it looks like something's happening.
She's going to have a big damage number in this game as the Scion. Showmaker, he is just going to die. And guess what? He doesn't have his egg because he used it. A lot of our supports just let their AD carries kind of just eat those things.
Yeah, not ideal.
So it's good to see Duro actually blocking.
Canyon did walk over there and then decided again stopping Lucid from doing this. A lot of bot pressure has kind of forced him away. The easy reward that comes from the build-up from everything he did up to this moment. And now he's 20 CS up, he has the kill.
Showmaker's dead again. There's just no escape for an Anivia here. I mean, there's spell shield.
He has egg, actually.
Doesn't matter. He's just dead anyway. So the Anivia here not really enjoying his time. Showmaker, you can see he's not very happy about that.
I wonder what the record is for eggs per minute.
And then game 3 immediately crushed it. And now game 4 is like, our hopes were already crushed, and now it's just kind of, it's like adding insult to injury.
What are you talking about?
You know? Well, we're engaging. Smash just going to kill Ruler. Ruler doesn't even flash away. He says, yeah, I was just out of position. I just die. Ult comes through, and Duro. Ooh, very close.
I was going to say, Brennan, I'm very hopeful for Gen.G after game 3. But seeing that play, maybe there's some hopes for Dplus remaining.
Completes and clears the wave. Now, Lucid's still here. It's a nice amount of damage already on the Ruler, but we got TP coming in, and Lucid just gets away with the Lantern. So even getting the TP out of Chovy. Meanwhile, Keen just hanging out. Flash on in. He's gonna ult.
Oh my god.
That's the end of that. Career is just dead as they stuck around for Chovy to kind of just kill him.
Guys, did not see how fed Chovy is. They really should. They should have just left.
Maybe they thought he left. He has rocket belt.
Yes.
He is getting in there. Maybe trying to spark the ability to do this dragon.
Yeah, trying to get some good poke down. There is sustain on Ruler though with a Vamp Scepter. It's not a ton, but oh.
All right.
Guys, you're in a choke point. You're in a choke point. Be careful.
Yeah, just going to go straight on top of Smash, who takes about a bajillion damage, doesn't have any of his sums, tried to cleanse, but instead just dies. Career able to get in onto the dragon, and still dies to the dragon with the help of Ruler. So, yeah. Got an ult down here on Keen. Another turret shot, and down he goes.
What is Keen? What did Keen mean by
this? He got the crystalline overgrowth.
What did he mean by this?
All right, that's going to force the flash away from Lucid here.
Honestly, maybe if he didn't have to build QSS, that's what he would have built, a rocket belt.
Yeah.
Rise with a dash? Think of the power.
Oh, what? He was not there. Duro does not have his flash, so instead, looks like the whole team is trying to come over and support him, but they're not quite able to do so. He finally does go in. That sentence very close to Ruler.
Yeah, Ruler had Cleanso, so it would have just been that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have gone down, but Duro caught out there. You feel very safe on the rel. You always have that crash down to get out of sticky situations, but the Thresh able to follow there and Lantern in some support, so a nice pick coming through. But Chovy is running out of mana, so it's attrition on both sides.
Yeah. Duro not having a fun time playing in a Thresh Anivia. It's part of the theoretical value against this. And the Rift Herald is getting pretty low. Just going to throw the Paranoia up. Canyon misses the eye at first, but now he does get it. Immediately goes on to the Scion and has a spell shield. As now we're looking for Smash in the back line. The damage, though, not quite there right away. So Smash is able to flash out. As now Keen tanking up quite a bit is just going to flash himself. And no full committal from either side, really, as we do have the Rift Herald this time. Going to force Lucid out, and she just takes the Lantern. And now we have the ult here. Very strange fight. They're eventually going to get Duro. As meanwhile, it looks like Showmaker had his flash forced by Chovy.
It's crazy only one person died in that fight. Very chaotic, very split. A lot of flashes in, flashes out. That really resulted in very little coming through from it. He wanted this whole game! He was willing to die for his tower. He got it in the end.
Turret. Yeah, trying to just find an engage to either side. Death sentences are just not really hitting. That time the sun is going to land, but the crash down out gets him there. The wall is now on cooldown for like a good 15 seconds. Maybe an angle here for Gen.G to try to force something. Although they do have position, and yeah, Lucid's got to be careful trading with the Fed Aurora, as now they're going to go for it, and Showmaker just dies. Okay, well, he was split off. He didn't quite have the wall right away. It wouldn't have helped anyway. And yeah, he just kind of dies. So they're going to take the Ocean Drake. Gen.G will.
Yep, pretty easy, pretty straightforward. They see Showmaker split off to the side. It's Gen.G who has control, who have the advantage in terms of vision, and they kind of just explode him very quickly, even through the egg. So Dragon picked up.
We're kind of fighting here on the left. You can see that Keen is once again overplaying his hands here on the tank Rek'Sai. Or is he?
Yes, he is.
He definitely is, and he will be punished for it. I was worried that he wouldn't be punished for it somehow. All right, trading mid-tier ones.
I feel like he gets the vibe. It's like, you know, Rek'Sai top is basically immortal. What was the game plan?
Uh-oh.
Like, genuinely, the Scion is more likely to die of old age than you need to kill him.
It's so true, actually. Chovy might have been baited here. He's just going to flash in instead. Now he's going to rocket belt. Okay. Dashes, gets... Okay, they shot him.
Yeah, good Chovy. Guy cut away.
This game is so silly.
There's a simple solution. He could have just walked away.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going.
They really dislike Showmaker in this one, and this time he looks like a much easier target.
Yeah, this is pretty straightforward, okay? That's a play you can feel happy about.
Riller was saying how he really enjoyed the fact that they had a lot of time off to rest and solve some issues that they may have, but, you know, I don't feel like the time off has really helped them when you look at something like this. So now they've got even more knockups and more lockdowns. Keen is going to hit the 3-man knockup and just eventually die here as they give the kill over to Lucid. Lucid now 3-0.
I'm not sure if there's like 3 champions more annoying for Rek'Sai to be like bounce house by.
Yeah, taken by DK actually, so bit of extra vision.
Yep, Lucid smited it, but does have his smite back up in a little bit.
Yep, Lucid just going to get right into the pit. And with the wall down here, they're just saying, okay, we can flip it, that's fine. Does go over to Lucid, so they just say, all right, that's totally okay. Xiu trying to get out of here as the Scion, and he will, even against all 5 of them. So now they're just kind of running on in. They didn't have a lot of vision, and now Dura's just going to go down. And they have a Scion behind them, so they kind of have to just go forward or through the Scion. A giant wall going to keep them all around. Double kill for Showmaker. And Canyon just flashing on out. Lucid gets over the wall. Smash picks up a kill, and DK have the gold lead.
Gen.G just kind of lose their minds in this situation. Dplus grabbed the dragon, the objective is gone, and Gen.G feels like they're kind of mad at the scenario. Walk face first into Dplus and just get obliterated now. This is an easy Baron pickup. And at no point did they even remotely look to do that.
Yeah.
You're playing a comp who wants to engage and dive. They're kind of just walking towards them. If you do that, then Dplus win 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, and so far, looking very strong here. 1,400 gold. Chovy waiting on Bush just to hit a Celestial opposition.
And I mean, Chovy's damage, right? He has Rocket Belt, Storm Surge, Shadow Flame. He does no damage to Xiu, barely any damage to Lucid. He just doesn't cut through, right? Doesn't have Rabadons, doesn't have Void Staff. He's just not super relevant at the moment.
Yeah.
The damage isn't there for this composition.
Well, they're not really dealing with the Rek'Sai. He's just getting free plates and free stuff, and now they're going to pull the trigger as Showmaker leaves the fight, but not really able to stay around. They're going to stop the push, though. It's now Xiu, basically unkillable, especially without Chovy there and without the items. Yeah, just sieging up. We do have a deep teleport. This is from the Rek'Sai.
This is the angle they need.
They're going to have to close the gap. Not going to be easy against the Anivia, but they do have, that wall, pretty nice, but not going to totally block them off. They're going straight for Smash, as a ton of damage does go in, but they do not take him down. Finally, there's the burst coming out from Chovy, but they have a problem in their backline. The MF can't do anything, but Showmaker taking up so much as well, and he's got Keen right on top of him. Meanwhile, Canyon will just take down the support, and this is looking eventually good for the side of Gen.G. Although Showmaker is going to try to flash to get away, but Chovy will just
the egg, the teleport!
Oh, the teleport egg! Unbelievable. And it is still going to be a good fight for the side of Gen.G. They will look for this dragon.
Duro, Canyon, both have flashes, importantly. So Showmaker Smash, pretty vulnerable. Oh, Lucid?
Oh, Lucid doesn't have his flash, and yeah, he's just dead. Chovy gonna take him down, and it feels like Chovy, one of the only guys who's kind of keeping it together, except that one play on the Showmaker in bot lane, but we don't talk about that.
Finishes Rabadons. I was talking about how his damage just wasn't really feeling like it was there. The Rabadon spike making a big difference here.
Shiu actually not the healthiest Scion.
I think the problem is now that they're choked in that base and they have to push out so deep to get vision, so I think they're just not going to get anywhere near.
Yeah. So yeah, DK, they will push up and at least contest the Baron.
Oh, this is scary.
You got to be so careful about how you play this, though.
Oh my god, Lucid lost half his health. Four. Oh, where did it go? Oh, Lord.
He's still burning. And now they're just going to press the buttons out of them to engage. Find Smash in the front line, and down he goes. Well, actually, that was career. But they also did get Smash. As I'm losing my mind, Smash, though, does res, and he is kiting it out there, but eventually, finally does go down. The Aatrox kind of going insane, but Chovy now does come over. And, yeah, it looks like the Scion eventually will finally go down. Surely, okay, he's actually going to flash the wall.
His name's Shivu, not Shirley.
Okay, well, he's still going to die eventually. I think they're just going to ignore him. No, they just say, you know what?
The Baron is easier to kill. The Baron is easier to kill. They'll move on to that instead.
It's true, it's true. Yeah, he's going to be able to take down the turret. It looks like nobody's actually here.
Showmaker's heading on over.
I mean, Showmaker has TP, but I do wonder if he's, yeah, he's like...
I kind of want the Anivia there before the fight starts.
Yeah, where he wants to be.
Ruler can actually just solo the Elder Dragon and take 0 damage.
This is, yeah, like... this is not where you want to be. Okay, so they might just try to send it. I don't know. They don't really have a good spot here. Showmaker is going to TP in.
Guys, the base. Oh, Ruler?
Okay, well, Paranoia is utilized. They're going to go in on to Lucid. And he does get peeled for, so a lot of stuff does get used, though, as Showmaker trying to resist into Chovy, and he's not able to. He is not allowed to at all. Smash, though, does have position. He's got a Lantern as well. Lantern now used. You see that Gen.G, they get Showmaker, but they know where the real carry is in this game, and it's Chovy. And, yeah, everybody's just trying to step up and provide a front line for Smash, but eventually he doesn't have a front line, and Duro just walks through them, and they take them down. So, just like that, the game ends, and it looks like this time Shiu will finally, right? Okay, there he goes. Died to the 5 of them, as it is a clean ace for Gen.G, and they'll look to push bot and end the game.
It was a clean ace. It wasn't the cleanest game, and I think Gen.G not having the cleanest series, even dropping a game to Dplus, breaking the undefeated game streak. But this was a Chovy masterclass, and he wasn't messing around. Just deleting people. Where did Showmaker go? In fact, he killed Showmaker so quickly, he gets to respawn. He has egg again. I don't think he wants to be alive. Oh, man.
No, he's...
Wait, Canyon.
Worth. All right, that's going to be the end of this one. Gen.G takes it down 3-1. Bit of a weird and wonky game number 4, but a win's a win. A 3-1 is a 3-1.